So the reason you want to support the big beautiful bill is because you want states to be gutted from having any say in what happens to big tech, because then the federal government can go after them more. But it's not just them. Whether people know it or not, states are really your first line of oversight and regulation. And what has the state's regulation, look at what state regulation has done, because they often will favor industry friendly policies. That's how we got Section 230, which is a total violation of the First Amendment, and people just, toying with our Constitution, lawyers like they love to do. But it's a violation, and Section 230 is one of those things that then big tech loves to go to the federal government and say, see, this is regulating us. Okay? So if you think that the Trump administration doesn't know what tech is doing, they know, but they know what every other business is doing too. And when I say business, I mean your big mega, your monopolies of healthcare. Okay, like I just saw the other day, although I guess it was going on in 2015. I mean, I knew the hospital monopolies were taking place, and it did scare me, because it's like, oh, it's going to get worse, and it has. That's the reason healthcare gets worse and worse. Don't expect AI to fix that. It's the sociopaths that are heading up the healthcare universities, all sick people. But I was in Illinois, driving back from Wisconsin, and I saw, oh, here's a UW sign, which is University of Wisconsin. Okay, they have a major, like the amount they do at University of Wisconsin. I mean, their hospital is amazing. I mean, it's a level 1 trauma and all of that. But it's in Madison, Wisconsin. It's a total university town, of course. But I mean, we wouldn't want to know about some of the experiments they do there. Just saying. I wouldn't want to know. But because their campus is, I'm just not going to say anything else. So when I ended up seeing, but Northwestern's no better. But the tech, so you have Northwestern that has monopolized pretty much the entire north part of Illinois, from Chicago basically up to the border of Wisconsin. But then you have University UW, which is University of Wisconsin-Madison, coming into Illinois. And so it's like, oh, you see these two get, but they're really already kind of teamed up together because of the tech industry being so in bed. They're all in bed. Yeah, it's just. So what I'm trying to say is, and they are through AI. So it's just a way they're big bullies. UW's a big bully, Northwestern's a big bully. All these university campuses, just a bunch of big bullies that don't serve anybody except themselves, and they always will find some deadbeat to be an executive. But I mean, again, it's just, they're all examples of what a bankrupt moral soul looks like. So even though everybody's, carrying on about, oh, tech will be able to do whatever they want. No, they won't. It means the federal government will actually be able to put 500 million more towards antitrust laws. Part of the problem with the antitrust laws is nobody's enforcing them at the state level. You get what I'm saying? That's the reason why Trump's gutting the state from being involved in the process. Because while the state's protecting these big monopolies, because of course, there's so many Democrats in this damn country that want socialized medicine, and they keep destroying our health system by all these monopolies and these universities being so stupid going along with this stuff. But anyway, Trump is trying to gut that power because it's not helping the people. And then it will put 500 million towards federal antitrust laws. So there's nothing that says the federal government cannot go. No, they can, and they will be able to and will do it. Then there is no need for all this lobbying about regulation, because big tech has lobbied to state legislature and federal, just like your hospital systems and those deadbeats have their lobbyists to go, lobby to state and federal. Trump knows what all these people are doing. He knows what big tech is doing. The people that have just never been being served are you and I. Not by the Constitution. I mean, you got to hear about it. I mean, it depends on how old you were, I guess, but at least Gen X heard about how great and wonderful this Constitution is. And yeah, all I ever did was hear about it. I never really saw how that really was implemented anywhere. So that's what's good about it, because because when you're expecting the state, when you say he's going to gut us from being able to protect people, you state regulators do not protect anybody, and you know it. Plus, they only end up going after these big businesses. This is how you get your morally bankrupt people heading up healthcare, and it's everywhere. And you're morally, all of big tech, in my opinion, is morally bankrupt, but I guess I'm biased. Yeah, I'm biased. Because I look at them. It's all about them, just like the hospitals think it's all about, at the top. Corporate, all the rich people think it's about them. They're never thinking about anybody else but themselves. So, but this will give money more back to the federal government and these antitrust laws. And because, see, here's the problem. Like, Northwestern was able to make monopolies that any normal person in their brain would never have allowed to go through. But they said to the CEO of North Shore, it was many, many years ago, he said it under oath. He said, the CEO of Northwestern told me we have ways around the Federal Trade Commission. Why? Because they're captured. They have regulatory capture. So that's what Trump's trying to gut. Because the system doesn't operate for you and I. It doesn't. He knows it operates for the rich. He knows it operates for big tech. He knows it operates for all of the people that don't even know how to, be selfless ever. They're people that have no ability to know what being selfless is all about. Like I said, they all just take all the oxygen out of the room. And them with the states the states have protected these people. And then if they go after them, they never put any of these people behind bars. At this point, do you really just want them to be fined or have some monetary financial judgment against them? No, many of these people should go to jail. That's how I feel about it. You took our data, you stole things, you got in bed with tech and this AI shit, and practically every American has had their data stolen since then. No, people that were behind it need to be behind bars. Not just some fine they have to pay, because they don't learn. There actually has to be consequences. And if you think Gavin Newsom would ever put any responsibility or see to it that any major company suffer consequences, you have got to be out of your mind. The only thing the states ever do when it comes to regulation and oversight, whether it's a red or blue state, is basically fine these big organizations, which that doesn't even faze them. But I actually want to see some of them put behind bars. That's what the big beautiful bill does.